Hi there, my name's Don Bauer, and in this video I'm going to be answering some of your questions which you've left me on my YouTube videos and on my website, which is very nice of you. The last one which I had was from somebody called Therese? I don't know. There's a couple of questions that I asked, so I thought I'd reply to him and it might help some of the rest of you out as well. First of all, it says, "Thanks Dom!" Exclamation mark, exclamation mark. I like that. Anybody that leaves a comment, I always enjoy the fact somebody's bothered their time to leave something, even if it's just like, hey, hi, or cool photo, or something like that. I really appreciate everybody's comments, and I always do my best to try and reply to you with a "you're welcome" back. First thing he says is, I was thinking of making a career change and getting into photography. Ooh, hold on there a bit, buddy. Nobody really makes a career change into photography. So you don't have somebody going, I'm a banker and now I'll be a photographer. It doesn't quite work like that. You really have to develop into it. You either have to be doing it from a very young age, like school age, and going straight to university, doing it through university and getting seen, getting noticed, and then that's when you become a photographer. If you're like me, you've just got into photography since after finishing university, the majority of people have photography on the side. So for me, I have a full-time job which isn't photography, and but all my spare time I'm doing videos like these, I'm editing photos, I'm contacting magazines, I'm publishing myself, I'm working on my website, and I'm trying to get it to the point where my photography becomes my full-time job. I never thought I'll make a career change. It doesn't really work like that. How did I get into photography? It was a case of, I went out to Japan, I had a friend out there, we had a digital SLR, we both went to the same event one time, a sumo wrestling competition, and I took, in fact one of the sumo photos are on my website, and with my camera the image came out quite cool, but with his camera it was about 10 times better. So I was like, right, time to go and invest in a proper camera. So I went and got myself a proper camera and then just kind of developed from there. I started putting photos into competitions, and that's really the way to do it. So what to do is you get your photos, stick them onto magazine websites, send them into magazines, put them into competitions and see the response that you get from it, and that usually spurs you on to either do more photos or maybe just give up. For example, for me, when I was out in Japan, the first competition I entered was for a magazine called the Japan Zine, and I managed to get the front cover page, so I won the competition, as it were, which is pretty awesome. That's my first competition within about 6 months of having a digital SLR, and I get front page, which was cool. And so I thought, oh well, okay, somebody's paying attention to my photography, so maybe I'll keep doing it. Once I left Japan, I looked on the internet for more competitions or kind of places where I can show my photos. And Flickr is a great website where you can put your stuff up, loads of people can comment, you can go into other ones, you can get lots of inspiration from going onto Flickr, which is FLICKR.com, and great inspiration, loads of help there as well. And then also went onto a website called digitalphotographer.co.uk. It's a digital photographer magazine. It's published in Britain, but it's sold throughout the world, I think now. What was quite cool is that I managed to, within about 2 months of being on the website, I managed to get a photo of the week, which is great. So that means lots of people saw my photo. And I kept on putting in more photos and getting more comments and giving lots of people comments and you know, critiquing other people's photos, and I really just got hooked into it. I haven't got another picture of the week because the other stuff there is amazing. But they do sometimes contact me for input into certain types of photography, for outdoor photography, for low light photography, for, you know, all these different kind of things. And what was really nice was that they asked me if they could use some of my photos for this the Art of Photography Yearbook 2008, which was quite cool. So in the end I got about 15 of my photos in this yearbook. And you know, it's not necessarily the photos which I thought were the best, that's mine as well, but it means somebody was definitely looking at my site or at my photos and appreciated them. appreciating them. Then another one, there's a snowboarding one, probably see my website. Yeah, so it's great to go onto these websites and go into competitions and get yourself noticed that way. Next thing he says is, what makes you so successful? Again, successful. Me, not quite, not yet anyway. Okay, well, I may have won a couple of competitions and I may have been in front covers, but I wouldn't really consider myself successful yet. I suppose I'm fairly successful for somebody who's only been taking photos for the last 2.5 years. But if you want to see somebody really successful, look at this guy, Yuri. Yuri is considered one of the best stock photography. Okay, some of you may not be interested in stock photography, but you've really got to look at this guy. Like, he knows his stuff really well, and seems like a really nice guy as well. So you can definitely learn some stuff from him. And the great thing is, he's giving some of his information away on his website with blogs and videos on YouTube as well. So big thumbs up to Yuri Yerkers. Yes. Anyway. Next one, did I ever go to school for this? No, never. Pretty much everyone I've ever spoken to that has gone to school or university to study photography in some way has ended up getting so bored with photography that they've given up. Which is a real shame, because I've seen some people with great websites and say, oh yeah, do you still do photos? Like, no, I'm not interested anymore. Like, what a shame, because you could have been great. I'm kind of put off going to university or going and doing courses or classes, and I find the best inspiration is on the internet, on YouTube, on Flickr, on DeviantArt, on those places. Just go there, look at people, try and figure out how they've done, and just copy them. Well, not copy them, but like develop what you see. Next one. Can you just buy great equipment and the rest takes care of itself? No. Great equipment doesn't take a great photo, ever. It's really not about your equipment that you've got. It's really about your eye rather than your camera. So never think it's about the equipment that you've got, ever. It's from a guy called Jason, and he says, I'm about to take up portrait photography. What, in your opinion, is the best way to market yourself to get a customer base? Well, best way to do that really is start with your friends, start with your family, get some photos of all these people, get different types of photos, do old people, young people, family portraits, just of your friends, so it's free, you can get it no bother. And if you develop a bit of a portfolio, like for me, I then made up a portfolio of the book. This is just some of my images from around the world. Went into Blurb, blurb.com, and they make these books. Well, they don't make you books, you've got to design them, but then it's really cheap. This book was about £30. Normally to make your own book it costs about hundreds and hundreds of pounds. Stuff like that. Oh, and there's the sumo picture that got me started into photography. Make a website, then start promoting yourself. Go on Gumtree, that's free, you can do that as many times as you want. And then if you're feeling really splashed, maybe pay for an advert in some magazine. But the best thing is also just going to magazines and just saying, hey look, I'm a photographer. Do you want to use any of my images? Have a look at my website. The other thing is, if you're really into photography and you really want to do it, then volunteer. That's what I'm doing. I went to volunteerscotland.com, org, something, and I said, look, I've got quite a lot of jobs on where I get paid for my photography, but at the same time I'd really like to volunteer. I thought, let's do something good this year. And I've pretty much been inundated with the amount of requests of people asking me to do award ceremonies, their sports championships, their videos for promotion of their charity, helping do pictures of buses, stuff like that. I love it. I think it's great because there's no downside for me. Okay, I've got to spend an hour, 2 hours of my time doing something which I love. It's not like I'm having to go out and clean out poo from somebody's bed. You know, it's something which I enjoy doing, and I'm getting a lot from it. I'm meeting a whole pile of people, I'm getting a good customer base, I'm meeting really nice people. All these volunteers are all absolute saints, they're all going to go to heaven. I'm probably going to go to hell. And it means I get to do a lot of practice of different types of photography, and I get to experiment in when, you know, they're getting it for free, so I can do some things which I might not normally do if I'm getting paid for. I'm trying to be safe. Volunteer. So, hope that's answered some of your questions and given you a bit of motivation to go out and more photography work or something. So, if you have any other questions, feel free to put them down below and I'll do my best to reply to you. Thanks a lot, speak to you soon. Bye bye.